Imagine getting to know a side of Japan that no one shows you. I'm sure you look at Japanese women and think, what beautiful, educated women. But are women really what they think they are? Or are appearances deceiving? Discover the mysterious hidden truth that will leave you very surprised. The history of Japan is fascinating. In Japan, beauty goes beyond superficial aesthetics. It is an expression of identity and belonging. Skin care is more than a routine, it is a sacred ritual, where each step is a celebration of self-esteem. It's not just about following fashion trends, but about embracing individuality and standing out from the crowd. In Japan, beauty is an art form, a unique expression that evolves over time, incorporating tradition and innovation. And look how interesting, makeup is not just to cover imperfections, but to enhance natural beauty. It is a creative process that reflects each person's personality, a blank canvas where self-expression comes to life. Japanese women challenge conventional beauty norms, redefining what it means to be beautiful. It's an exciting journey, a dance between tradition and modernity, where authenticity shines brighter than any pre-established standard. It's not about fitting a mold, but creating your own. It is an invitation to celebrate diversity and uniqueness. And that's a valuable lesson we can learn, not just about beauty, but about accepting who we are, embracing our authenticity, and letting our light shine. So the next time you think about beauty, remember the incredible journey that Japanese women walk the path, challenging norms, and creating a space where true beauty is more than what meets the eye at first glance. A celebration of authenticity in a world that often asks us to be something we are not. Japan is in full social metamorphosis. Birth rates plummet, while the population ages rapidly, triggering a series of transformations in its traditional norms. The scenario is marked by the introduction of terms such as soso-kuri and hikikomori, reflecting profound changes in the country's socio-cultural dynamics. The decline in the birth rate is an undeniable reality, signaling a reconfiguration in the new generation's approach to love and relationships. The concept of soso-kuri translates into a more contemplative and relaxed attitude, contrasting with the traditional pressures linked to marriage and family formation. At the same time, the phenomenon of hikikomori emerges, representing a generation that chooses seclusion and solitude to the detriment of active participation in social life. This trend suggests a significant disconnect between individuals and society, challenging established patterns and sparking debate about isolation in a highly connected era. The transformation of these trends is redefining Japanese cultural identity, triggering a search for new models of existence. As traditions fade, a society emerges that reinvents itself, generating a narrative of singular evolution. Understanding the impact of this cultural revolution is essential to deciphering Japan's future and, by extension, its role on the global stage. We are faced with a unique narrative, in which the lines of the past intertwine with the future, creating a complex and fascinating panorama. When it comes to trends, did you know that unusual alternatives have emerged in Japan to meet women's emotional demands? People are now investing in services outside the box, like calling a sensitive guy to vent and have different company. This is the emotional revolution that is happening around. Forget about conventional methods, because now the key is to get out of the same old ways. We are not talking about traditional therapists, but rather the wave of emotional boys. It's like having a shoulder to lean on, but with a more authentic feel, you know. These guys are ready to listen to you, share an idea and, of course, cry if you need to. And look, it's not just idle talk. This trend is gaining strength and winning hearts out there. After all, who doesn't enjoy a more relaxed approach when it comes to letting off steam? It's like having a real friend, but without judgment and with an extra pinch of sensitivity. The dynamic is simple: you hire the teardrop and that's it, you're sure that you're not alone in your emotions. And it's not just about shedding tears, it's about sharing the emotional burden, understanding that it's okay not to always be okay. It's like having a confidant, but with a touch of originality. The coolest thing is that this vibe is breaking paradigms and showing that there is no single formula for dealing with emotions. Sometimes you have to go off script, innovate and find unique ways to connect with yourself. And if it involves a sensitive boy, why not? Furthermore, in Japan, a peculiar niche flourishes, the Hitsuji Danshi, or sheep boy. Attractive young men dress up in sheep costumes, with ears, tails and furry overalls, to offer companionship and relaxing services to women. These sheep boys provide warmth, allowing clients to hug, caress, and enjoy their calm, gentle company. They talk about a variety of topics, creating a welcoming, non-judgmental environment for clients to open up and relax. Their main role is to listen carefully, offering an attentive and non-judgmental ear to your concerns and problems. Some companies even offer sleep with sheep services, where customers can sleep next to a sheep boy to feel safe and welcome. The motivations of clients who seek these services are varied. Stress reduction: interacting with the Rapaces Ovelha provides a relaxing and calming environment, helping to relieve stress and anxiety. Combating loneliness: clients can feel comfortable and safe in the company of Rapaces Ovelha, especially if they live alone or feel isolated. Curiosity: some women are simply curious to try this type of unique and unusual service. The sheep boy service is still relatively new and niche, but it is growing in popularity in Japan, especially in big cities like Tokyo and Osaka. Several cafes and companies offer this type of service, with prices varying according to the length of the session and the additional services included. Although the service is popular among some women, there are also criticisms. Some people consider it inappropriate and exploitative, while others see it as infantilizing women. Regardless of the criticism, the sheep boy service is a unique cultural phenomenon in Japan that offers an alternative form of companionship and relaxation for women. Its popularity indicates that it meets a specific demand in the Japanese market. Still in relation to meetings between women and men, love boys cafés, also known as host clubs or dancer host kayabakura, are establishments frequented by women who desire attractive and attentive male company. Young, handsome men, known as hosts, serve customers with drinks and conversation, providing an environment of fantasy and escape from reality. The services offered are: personalized service: hosts are trained to be charming and attentive, giving individual attention to each guest. They talk about a range of topics, from everyday life to dreams and aspirations, creating a safe and welcoming environment for women to open up. Entertainment: hosts sing, dance and perform to entertain customers. Some cafes also offer board games, karaoke, and other services to make the experience more fun. Company: the main objective of Love Boys Cafés is to offer male companionship to female customers. Women can feel desired and valued in the company of hosts, who treat them with kindness and respect. Love Boys Cafés have a unique culture with specific rules and customs. Clients are generally charged by the hour and can choose the host they want to interact with. It is common for customers to give hosts drinks and other gifts as a way of thanking them for their company. Women who frequent Love Boys Cafés do so for several reasons. Combating loneliness: in a society with high levels of work and individualism, Love Boys Cafés offer a space for women to feel accompanied and valued. Boosting self-esteem: hosts' attention and affection can help boost women's self-esteem, especially those who feel insecure or lonely. Fantasy and escape. Love Boys Cafés provide an environment of fantasy and escape from reality, where women can feel special and desired. Love Boys Cafés are also the target of criticism. Some argue that they exploit women, charging high prices for services that are not necessarily of quality. Others criticize consumer culture and the objectification of men in these establishments. Love Boy Cafés are a unique cultural phenomenon in Japan that offer an alternative form of companionship and entertainment for women. Despite criticism, their popularity indicates that they meet a specific demand in the Japanese market. While the basic experience of Love Boys Cafés is relatively straightforward, there are hidden layers that shape this unique feminine world. Let's explore some aspects that enrich the understanding of this cultural phenomenon. Host hierarchy. Not all hosts are created equal. There is a well-defined hierarchy, based on popularity and the amount spent by customers. The most popular hosts get the most attention and earn the most commission. This system can motivate hosts to develop exceptional relationship skills to build customer loyalty. Diverse clientele. Although the stereotype of the client is the solitary woman, the reality is much more heterogeneous. Groups of friends frequent these places to have fun. Married women look for an innocent night out of the routine and successful executives look for stimulating company. Diverse clientele. Although the stereotype of the client is the solitary woman, the reality is much more heterogeneous. Groups of friends frequent these places to have fun. Married women look for an innocent night out of the routine and successful executives look for stimulating company. Financial aspects. Love Boys Cafés can be expensive. Drinks are inflated in price, and giving gifts to the hosts is expected. It's important to establish a spending limit in advance to avoid unpleasant surprises. In addition to entertainment, some Love Boys Cafés offer different themed services. There may be hosts who specialize in certain types of conversation, like philosophy or business, or even cafes with specific themes, like anime characters. Regulations and safety. Although Love Boys Cafés are legal, there are regulations to prevent sexual exploitation. Underage customers are strictly prohibited, and excessive physical contact is discouraged. Understanding these details expands the understanding of Love Boy Cafés as a complex phenomenon. They meet a social need for companionship, entertainment and escape for Japanese women, embedded in a network of well-defined rules, roles and expectations. Love Boys Cafés, like Japanese society itself, are constantly changing. Let's analyze some trends that could shape the future of these establishments. Adapting to technology, the digital world is invading Love Boy Cafés. Apps make reservations easier, let you meet hosts in advance, and even offer video calling services for remote interaction. Increased competition, the Love Boys coffee market is increasingly competitive. To stand out, establishments need to innovate, offering differentiated services, attractive themed environments and hosts with unique skills and talents. Focus on experience. Customer experience becomes a priority. Cafes invest in luxurious decorations, elaborate menus and additional services such as massage or beauty treatments to create a complete entertainment and relaxation experience. Gender issue. Although traditionally aimed at women, some Love Boy Cafés are beginning to tap into a male audience by offering male hosts to male customers. Social impact. The future of Love Boys Cafés will also depend on changes in Japanese society. If social pressures and individualism persist, these cafes may continue to be a refuge for women seeking companionship and escape. Social impact. The future of Love Boys Cafés will also depend on changes in Japanese society. If social pressures and individualism persist, these cafes may continue to be a refuge for women seeking companionship and escape. So, were you surprised by Japanese women? Comment what you thought of the video, leave a like and check if you are subscribed to the channel. We will bring you more interesting content.